is definitely in the building. You feel me? Nothing before the fam is the feeling. It's chillin', making the right connection, stacking money to the ceiling. Fuck 100,000, boy, I'm trying to see a million.
What's going on, folks? It's Kspadetheprospect, the big blue Chevy driver, the guy sometimes referred to as the YouTube MVP. And folks, it's about time that we have ourselves a conversation about NBA 2K14 Cruise. Put that S on there. Cruise mode. Now, before I get into the pros and the cons and my first impressions, I want to clear up something from my last video where I addressed Crew. The end of Crew as we know it video. I don't really want to take anything back because everything I said, it was such an emotional rant, if you want to call it a rant, that everything that was said for a reason. But my wordage may have been unfair on one thing, and I want to clear that up. I said that the devs didn't listen to any of my ideas, and that's not completely true. And to be honest, that's not completely fair. They did listen to my ideas. They listened to a lot of my ideas. All of them wasn't implemented, but some were, and I should have gave them credit for that. So let me start with that. Clearly, they went from 3v3 to 5v5. I like to think that, our suggestions helped there. They went from street ball attire to jerseys. They listened to us there, and I know for a fact that they listened to me on changing the difficulties and the slider. I went in there and I let them know. I spoke with them and told them that I felt like it should be Superstar Sim, and we got Superstar Sim. So it wasn't fair for me to say they didn't listen to any of my ideas. They did. I wish some of my other ideas had made it in there, but as it was explained to me, for the time frame given and for the fact that they was working on two completely, I don't want to say completely different, but two different games. They was working on current and next gen at the same time. For the time window given, it wasn't enough time. So I just want to clear that up. Now let's move forward. So Spade, what's up with this mode? Is it good? Is it as good as Crew? Does it play like regular Crew? Well, it's a ton of questions to answer, and I'm gonna let you know I can't do it all in one video. So it's gonna be two videos. I'm gonna give you guys this video, and then I'm gonna give you another one because I don't want to just talk for 20-30 minutes straight. That would be OD. The mode is something about it that grabs me. Is it NBA 2K11 Crew? Is it the Crew we know, the Crew that we fell in love with? No, it's not. I'm not even gonna tell you a lie, it's not. But it's something about it that grabs to me, and it could just be the fact that I'm uber competitive. But when I bought mine at midnight, I come home, I put it in the game console, and I wanted to go straight to Crew, and it made me play a My Career game. I played a My Career game. I went straight to Crew as a 63, and my first game in, I played a team of 99s. First game in. So we're gonna talk about that, but let's talk about the mode itself. The biggest thing that I thought would be an issue for me was the fact that it wasn't quarters, the fact that you were playing the 21. But I can honestly admit, after getting the game in my hand and playing it, that's not as big an issue as I thought it would be. It's really not an issue at all for me. It's not. You still have to win by 2. It's not what I would prefer, but it plays, it works. I'm all right with that. The jerseys, that wasn't high on my list, but it was recommended, and I'm glad they listened there because it works. It brings some nostalgic feel to it, and it works. Now, arenas was one of the things that I really wasn't big on. For the guys saying it needs to be indoors, it needs to be in an arena, and I kept saying that's really not a big deal for me. But now that the game is in my hands, I'm kind of siding with the people saying it should be in an arena, but I got my own reason. It's not for the fans and all the other stuff. It's for the fact that, and this hasn't been, I want to ask somebody at 2K, I don't know if this is factual, but this court is smaller than a regulation court. And once again, I don't know that this is factual, but I know that when we swing the ball around looking for an open guy, like people closing out OD fast. So either players are super fast out here, which I don't think it is, or this court is smaller, and that's what I think it is. It just feels congested at times. It makes the spacing extremely difficult, and for that reason, I got a thumb down the street ball court. It's too small. The biggest thing that blew my mind, I didn't even know. I heard some guys talking about it on Twitter. I was like, is that true? I didn't even know. But the crazy thing is you can only have a max amount of 6 players in your crew. Now that's crazy. Now here's why this snuck up on me. When I was there in August, I asked about the max number, and they said it was 6. And I said, that's not enough. But at the time, keep in mind, it was only a 3v3. So that argument to me was, hey, you can only play 3 people. You can have 6 people. You can have a team running and basically have like starters and reserves, for lack of a better term. So as soon as I got the news that it went to 5v5, I was like, yo, tell me this number is going to go to at least 10. I prefer 12, but at least 10. And I guess that's my fault. I never followed up on it. I just assumed it was a given. And to my surprise, the max number stayed at 6, which is crazy. I can't even run with my OG members. You know, I don't even have enough spots. So that's crazy in itself. And it's going to kind of force people to play like journeyman style. You know what I'm saying? I got some guys I holler at. They run a crew with me today. Tomorrow they hit me up and say, Spade, can I run? I already, you know, I had to boot you from the crew and invite somebody else. So I don't dig that. Hopefully that's something that can be patched. Now here's the biggest thing for me about this mode. The biggest thing that if I don't continue to play this mode, it's gonna be this. You have got to do something about all of this X button smashing. It is crazy. I mean, people, they reaching with no repercussions. The only way they'll call a foul is if your player gets by him and he gets the animation where he reaches over you from behind to grab at the ball. That's the only time you'll get a foul call. I've even seen players go into animation, you know, the kind of pump fake animation where you draw the contact, your player jumps into him. That's a guaranteed foul. That's what that animation is. It is the I got fouled animation. And that's not even a foul out here. So that's all I got for this one. I'm just going to continue to rant. You guys will hear me on the second video. And it should be uploaded right after this. So if it's a couple days after this upload, check the description or about me section. And I have links to both versions. Make sure you check them out.